See how she is?
All right,
See what
girls,
I have
we
to
are
put up
live. We are officially live.
with? Great. Let me
Again,
pull her up then.
so I'm super, super excited today. Deb, I met you probably 5 or 6 years ago at a Tom Ferry event, and we've definitely gotten to do some masterminding and networking over the years. But I'm super excited that we actually really get to be in alignment with each other now, which is super, super cool. So what I would love to do, just to kind of start out before we talk about the EXP side of things, I'd love for you to tell a little bit of your story. Like, how did we get to where we are? Because you run one of the top teams in all of the Houston area. I know you guys are down there in League City, right outside of Houston. You guys are selling a ton of homes. I think you sold over $60 million this year. So how did we get to where we are today? Tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, first of all, I want to clarify when you say one of the top teams in all of Houston, I think that's very generous of you. But let me just clarify that a little bit. It's actually one of the top teams in Texas. Okay.
Okay. Excuse me.
So I want to make sure you get that right. And so I don't brag often and I don't do it easy, but I thought that was worth clarifying. But yeah, the story, right? And I know a lot of people like hearing that story. And yeah, Abby knows I don't share me stories very well, but I will share. So yeah, I migrated here to the United States. Actually, I came here without a green card, without anything. I got here, no green card. I bought a two-way ticket because, knowing that I wasn't going to take the other ticket back. And I actually started my career in the United States off cleaning houses, and that didn't last too long because I didn't really love that job too much. But I went from there to contracting, so roofing, painting, you name it. And at some point in time, somebody invited me to come to a real estate, meet and greet deal. And I'm going to tell you, when I went to that, that was, for me, a game changer. So it has certainly been my career of passion and love, helping people get into houses has been very exciting. Anything house related, I love, and anything people related, I love. And certainly growing the team has been it's been one of my greatest joys. So,
yeah.
And because
you got into this like 20 years ago.
Yep.
What was it that got you into real estate specifically?
What specifically? Like I said, I went to one of these career nights. At the time I have to just tell a real quick story. At the time I was a contractor painting and all that kind of stuff. And when I left my first company, I later heard that when the owner of the company met me, she said, this is not the kind of people we hire on our company. I was hired by her manager. And so I always love hearing that. But yeah, I think whatever you put your mind to, I probably wasn't a good fit, and I can understand why she would have said this is not the kind of people we hire here, as I came there in my, painter's clothes and all that kind of stuff. But I think in any career that you find when you find a passion for something, you adapt, right? Yeah. And certainly I adapted, and I feel like I brought a lot of strength early on because when it came to houses, I knew a lot. More than most realtors probably. And, like I said, it's a passion. And if you have something you have a passion for, I feel like you're going to succeed, right?
I love that. And then Abby, how did you guys get connected?
I had heard
a chamber meeting.
Yeah, I had obviously heard of the team, and I was a 15-year wedding planner. So I was fish out of water completely with real estate. And I moved from California actually to Texas, and I had heard of the Bly team because obviously they were everywhere. And actually one of our former team members told a story at a chamber meeting once, and it was just a very emotional story. She was like, oh, me and my husband, we went and we helped paint a house because the house needed to be painted before closing and they didn't have the money. And so like we decided to do it for her. We went, we painted the house. And it was just a very emotional, sweet, charming story. And coming from an emotional career that I had beforehand, obviously planning events and weddings, which is very emotional, I was extremely touched by it. And I was ready for a career move. So I kind of sought her out and was like, I know nothing about real estate, nothing, nor do I know anybody here, but I want to do this. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're built for this. I mean, if you can handle the stress of wedding planning, like
There
this is
you
easy,
go.
right? At
Yeah.
least this
Exactly.
stress is like
This is
stretched out
nothing
over
compared
30
to that. Yeah,
days.
exactly.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's awesome.
Mhm.
And so you guys were with Remax for many, many years, and Remax is a fantastic company. They definitely helped kind of shape the real estate industry to what it is today. But you guys, a lot of people get comfortable. They've been somewhere for a long time. They stay there and they never leave.
Yeah.
But you guys decided to get out of your comfort zone and come over to eXp. So I would love to learn a little bit more about the motivation behind making a change, because it's so easy. Like, you've been there a long time, you're comfortable, top producer there. You could just stay there and it's very easy, but you guys made the change. So tell me about why.
Well, I want to say we weren't looking for a change. We actually had another company that had approached us and had actually offered us hundreds of thousands of dollars to make the move in to them coming to our area. And I'll tell you, we were looking at it. It's a lot of money. We were seriously considering it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I didn't see, one, how it was really going to benefit my team. I didn't really see how it was going to change how we interacted with clients or worked for our clients or anything like that. And so at the end of the day, change is, if you're going to make a change, you really need a compelling reason, because we were doing well where we were at and quite happy. And you reached out to me, and I actually had put up some questions in our little groups that we talk about. And you had reached out to me and say, had you considered, eXp? And I'll say I had a chip on my shoulder from what I perceived eXp to be. And yeah, after the first conversation with you, I realized that chip on my shoulder needed to go away, because my perception was certainly way off from the reality of, certainly been way off of the reality of what we've been experiencing with eXp as a company. I mean, you guys, I love to say that we had a Zoom meeting with our team unanimously. After that meeting, all of us decided it was the move we were making. And this was a Thursday afternoon. And Friday, one of my team members that was focusing on commercial real estate, you guys reached out and said, didn't one of your team members, wasn't he focusing on commercial real estate? I said, yeah. Well, the next week, before we were officially over, he was signed up from 11 to 7, 5 days a week in these commercial classes that have been phenomenal. And he learned more, I think, in that week than I've learned in my career. So the education that you guys provide, I mean, that was certainly
priceless.
That it wasn't just priceless. It was really a statement of what you guys have out there and can provide that is nothing that we were able to find before within our franchise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when I look at the schedule now, there's like 20 classes a day. Like most brokerages, they get together like once or twice a year and they have a conference. And then, every day there's a bunch of classes you can take. But outside of that, there's nothing. Like, there's no education that's happening outside of the one or two conferences. Like, within eXp, it's a conference every day.
Yeah.
Like, every single day there's 10, 20 classes. And then the coolest part of it is people like me, people like you, people like some of those that have commented here are the ones that are teaching the classes. It's not some corporate trainer who's never sold a home before who's teaching the class. It's the producers in the company that are teaching the members of the company to be producers. So the quality of the classes, it's people who actually have their feet on the ground, that are doing the work, that are sharing how to get it done, which is just a really cool thing. Because so many other companies, I've been to other companies' trainings, and the person teaching you doesn't know anything. They've never sold a home in their life. And like, how much am I going to learn from that person versus, right? We got Chuck Fazio on here. Like, how much am I going to learn from Chuck Fazio, who built a 900-person independent brokerage that sold over $2 billion? I'm going to learn a lot from a Chuck Fazio, right? We got Dan Beer on here, like 300+ million he's going to sell this year alone. Like, we get to learn. These are the people that we get to learn from on a daily basis. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, and that's exactly what you're sharing, right? And that was actually one of the strongest attractions to us, not just the classes, but the fact. So, the team is very important to me, and not, growing a team. So I sit here as just, this iconic leader, benefiting
No,
from all these minions, right?
No.
But the fact that everybody on my team had this opportunity to become and grow as leaders was huge.
Well, I mean, that was a huge decision factor.
That's probably the most
the
important decision factor, that the team could come along and grow as leaders. The leaders that they are on the team has been.
Yeah, we've been having
great
fun.
Opportunity for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big because with the same company that you talked to, we talked to as well. Again, they offered us massive amounts of money. But at the end of the day, we looked at it and it was like, okay, yeah, I get a lot of money, but like, what does my team get, right?
Team? Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And my team gets screwed is what happens if I go over there, because now we have some new like off the top fee, call whatever you want it to be, that never goes away. And then we have a crappy split after that has no cap, so it never goes away. So now it's going to cost my team members a ton more money than what they were paying, and they're really getting nothing in return. We're now like, we're having these calls with our team members this week where we're calling them and like, hey, you know that stock purchase program you opted into 2 years ago? I want you to load your account right now, and I want to do it on video. And like, how cool of a Christmas bonus. One of my guys yesterday loaded it up and he had $50,000 in stock that he had no idea he had. He had 50,000. Like, talk about a rad Christmas bonus. Like, that's so cool that our team members now, instead of getting screwed with some, BS off the top fee and some, crappy split that's uncapped, now they're building stock portfolios for themselves. And that person had never owned a stock in their life. And now they're sitting on $50,000 worth of stock. Like, it's so cool to be able to provide that. And I've got other team members with the revenue share side of it. As they've helped this company grow, they're getting to share in the revenue that growth has brought to the company. I've got people on my team who are, getting enough money to cover their car payment every month. I've got people getting enough money to cover their house payment every month. I got somebody who's covering his house payment and his pool payment every single month. Like, it's so cool that I'm able to provide that to them now, not just sticking them with a BS fee and no cap so that I could get a check, right? And it's cool that you guys kind of have that same vision, and we're in alignment there, that our team members matter more than anybody, because at the end of the day, we work for them in reality. They don't work for us.
Well, and I have to share, Kyle, on exactly a week ago, Thursday afternoon at 4:30, we let our brokerage know. And the deal on the team is we really wanted, out of respect, we really wanted to keep things quiet and under wraps until we let our brokerage know. And last Thursday afternoon at 4:30, we let our brokerage know. Friday, our phones, not just mine, but Abby's, all of our phones started ringing with people that wanted to set up appointments with us. That is crazy. That is crazy.
Not only
if
that,
only it was that easy with buyers and sellers, right?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, and at the end of the day, it also comes down to, okay, so I want to look at how does this benefit my team? At the end of the day, I also want to look at, so how does this benefit my consumer, my client, our clients, right? Yeah. And to have a company that has grown internationally in 5 countries in the last year, I mean, the rocket phenomenal growth that this company is seeing is just
insane.
It's insane. I think it's unprecedented, really. The technology that we're being exposed to is unbelievable, and that's technology that we have to use for our clients
and exposure.
Right. So at the end of the day, I want to look at what benefits our team. I also know that if we don't benefit our client, it doesn't benefit our team either. You probably can share more about eXp and the large benefits. We're just scratching the surface. We're just scratching the surface. We're 1 week in, and we're blown away.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the cool things, they just made an acquisition of a company called Showcase IDX, and they bought this company so that they can build an international MLS, because we're expanding into so many countries. The projection is, where you just crossed 40,000 agents this week, the projection is to cross 100,000 by this time next year. So you're gonna have another 60,000 agents coming in, both nationally and internationally. And rather than waiting for somebody else to develop something that connects all these countries, eXp bought an IDX solution, is gonna build something that will allow us to connect. So now when we do list a client's home, we can market that internationally to the 100,000+ agents that are gonna be a part of eXp in a year from now.
Did you
And
know
it's like
that?
the
Yeah, I didn't know
innovation.
I didn't know that.
Crazy.
So keep telling us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we,
the
we can just
innovation
make
is
this a class lesson thing
Exactly.
for us.
That's the plan here.
Yeah, and it's cool. And then, the other thing that I love with them is, for the education side is most of the companies right now, they're not able to run their conferences at all. They're not able to come together where we've run both of our big conferences this year without a hiccup. In fact, the last conference we had, I think it was 7,000 agents who were not with eXp that joined our conference, which is crazy because what it shows me is like people need this education and this connection, and they're not getting it from their existing brokerage because their existing brokers like, we're not built for this. Like, what the hell do we do? Like, we can't come in the office, we can't run a convention center. Like, we're lost, we're confused. Where eXp is built for this, right? The entire company is built within a cloud campus. So when the COVID hit and everybody's like, oh crap, we can't go to the office, eXp is like, well, our cloud campus is open, nothing changes here. You don't even have to wear a mask in our cloud campus. Come on in, right? And now we're able to run conferences with 10,000 plus people attending. And that's people from all around the world, including people who are not with eXp because they're not getting the education they want from their broker. So they're coming over and, taking in the education that we're able to provide because we're built in the cloud, which is so cool.
Yeah, and I have to say, Kyle, that's exactly to what you're speaking. I mean, yes, we run a great team here, and we've been blessed to be very successful. But that being said, we had a brokerage, but everything we have on this team that we have built, we have really gone out and found and sought after and built ourselves. So
from an education standpoint,
sure. I just can't imagine like moving forward with these resources, what it's going to look like for us in a year.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Yeah, every Monday we're going to be masterminding. You got Dan Beer and I, masterminding every single Monday with you guys. You got Jay Kinder, Al Stasic masterminding with you guys every Tuesday. You've got live training, which you guys are going to have to host a training too, because all the badasses in the group step up every Wednesday and host a training. You got coaching with John Kitchens every Thursday. Like the level of education and masterminding collaboration, like it just doesn't exist in other brokerages. And even if there's masterminding, it's such like surface level BS because there's no incentive for anybody to truly help you. Like, yeah, we're friends. I'll throw you a bone. I'll give you a tip here and there, but nobody's going deep below the surface and really like just opening the playbook and, hey, you want my listing presentation? Cool. You want to see my P&L? Here you go. You want my contracts? Here you go. Like that doesn't happen in a normal mastermind because nobody really cares if the advice they give you works. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, whatever. We're here, like we have a vested interest in you guys succeeding. Chuck Fosby, Beer, Curtis Johnson, all these people have vested interest in you guys succeeding. We don't want you guys just to come over and be like, all right, cool, they came over, we're done. Like now we want you guys to grow, right? You guys are at 60 million. We want to get you to 100, 200, $500 million. Like we want to get you guys there because as you guys grow, we have a vested interest in that growth with you. And that's really the magic of this whole thing.
Well, Kyle, I also want on that say that I really think our team made a really great, wise choice joining up under you, because I think, the team that you join up, what your upline above you really does make a difference. You are phenomenally successful, and certainly you have made a lot of right choices. So to join up directly under you, you have been like just amazing, like even in a week getting things started. And I feel like you have so much to offer. And we had been exposed to eXp prior to this, but I think
you were kind of the sprinkles.
Yeah, certainly.
You just kind of needed a little pile to kind of push us into it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we feel like as far as our upline goes, like we couldn't be in a better position.
I love it. Cool. Any other specific things we haven't hit on that you guys are excited about?
I mean,
training, we already touched on that.
Like just the amount of interviews we've had with new agents that want to join on in the last week, it's been crazy, really. I mean,
exactly. Keep your phone on.
Yeah, for sure. So if you are watching this right now, this message is connecting with you. If you want to learn more about it, you want to talk to the girls, find out more about the specifics of why they made the move, I encourage you, reach out to them, shoot them a DM on Facebook, on Instagram. I know they would love to connect with you and just share a little bit more about it. See if it might be a fit for you, if you want to be a part of our collaboration group. So I encourage you, reach out to Abby, reach out to Deb. I know they would love to share with you. Any parting words, ladies?
No,
No.
Thank
you.
I think we're great. And hey, I just did want to share when I when I just really did want to share too. Like when we talk about the growth, Melinda, not just right at a week. Actually, we're not even officially with you guys a week, and Melinda's already looking at 3 or 4 people underneath her. That's crazy in a week.
Yeah, that's huge. That's an opportunity that
That's
didn't
not me.
exist.
That's
right,
like
a week
one
ago.
of the team members. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, girls, I'm excited to be in alignment with you guys. I'm excited to have you guys on our mastermind calls. I'm excited for you to share and train the group as well. So congratulations and welcome to the family.
Thank
you.